Hello, Cyborg. How you doing? Welcome on in.
Hello there.
Hey, Kian. How you doing? We are halfway through the week. Feel like that's cause for celebration. I hope everyone's week's going well, or as well as it can do. Things are always difficult at the moment. I understand that. Hey, Nikki. How you doing, sweetheart? Welcome on in. Hey, Sheridan. How you doing? No longer majorly ill with the lurgy. I have a bag of tackies in my backpack and everything is wank, so not too bad. Okay. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better, Cyborg. I don't think I've ever had tackies, so I don't know if they're any good, but yay. Uh, it's an okay week. Okay is better than it could be. So I'd take that win. I also got to make a big fuss of an Alaskan Malamute called Beefy Boy. Oh my god, that poor dog! Beefy Boy the Malamute. Malamutes are beautiful dogs. But what a name. What a name. Doing alright working and all that. Might have a summer gig working for a board game company at a con. Oh, wicked, Sheridan! Are you allowed to tell us more than that? Because I am very intrigued. I appreciate that maybe it's a little hush hush and you can't say much, but if you can, I'd love to know more. Decided to plan a one shot for Star Trek Adventures featuring a Romulan Bajoran NPC couple. Oh, that's awesome, Kian. Hey, Torpor, I hope you're doing okay today. I saw your message on Discord just before I went live. Thank you very much. Obviously, not had a chance to look yet, but you're getting down, bub. Bye bye. Porthos is in a bad mood today. It was raining at lunchtime, so I couldn't take him for a walk. And I wasn't doing so great yesterday, so didn't get one yesterday either. Which is my fault, and I do feel guilty for it. So what I've decided to do, just to break up the dark green on the leaf a little bit, considering it's not quite source accurate anymore, is just add a couple of like wisps along the side. I am using the Psycho, in case anybody feels like increasing the counter. Figure I should be honest with you folks, seeing as I started using it before the stream started.
Look at that subtle off-white coloring. The tasteful thickness of it.
I do think that is the most appropriate quote I could have got from that movie, for talking about a paintbrush. There we go. Just so it's not quite so dark and drab. And thank you, Kian, for increasing the counter. Fair play, Sheridan. But I will say, while I don't much like some of their products, they make a couple of deck builds I really enjoy. Ooh, cool. Well, congratulations. I hope it goes amazingly. I'm gonna take my cardigan off because I'm actually a bit warm. And the last thing you want when you're under a bunch of lights is to be warm. So we'll put that down there. Sorry, Porthos. You're alright, sweetheart. You don't have to move. And I won't even move my chair, seeing as you've snuggled right up to it. can't pull my chair in because you can just sort of see the dog's butt in the corner there. You can see his waggly tail. Hang on. See? He's gone sploot right next to my chair, so I can't, like, move my chair forward or anything because I might catch his paw, and he's quite happy where he is. I don't want to disturb him, you know? Waggly butt. Yeah, you got a waggly butt. It's a happy boy, aren't you, baby? Yeah. In spite of the fact that he's not been out much the last couple of days, he's a happy boy. That tail wag, I know. The boy, keeper of history, Lothos. Love it. Right, okay. So I can't really do anything else with the leaf now. Do I want to start on the ribbon or the sunflower? I think I'll start on the sunflower. I think that's going to be the easier task. So I'm going to start with the insane detail. And I've just realised I painted my nails yellow today because I fancied a change from the blue that I had on last week. And what better of a change than a diametrically opposed colour. And it's kind of like a sunflower yellow, or as close as I can get to a sunflower yellow. Back from the dead and here to lurk ominously, happy squigging. Thank you very much, Spartan, and welcome back from the other side. I hope you're doing okay. You enjoy your lurk. Hey guys, how you doing? Hello, Kev. Following treats are from Dadborg. The Three Musketeers is one of his favourite novels. Well, thank you very much, Dadborg. I threw it at Porthos, it hit him on the head, and then he went, "Ah, a treat," and ate it off the floor. He's a classy boy. Okay, so yeah, we'll start with the insane detail, and I'm gonna go with the sunflower yellow that I've got here. I'm gonna give it a boop first because I don't know how thick it's gotten. That looks okay. Finished Elden Ring yesterday / this morning, so I got my life back. Ah, congratulations. Did you enjoy Elden Ring? I haven't played it yet. I don't own it yet. I decided I was going to wait, especially with what happened with Ghostwire. I'm beginning to feel like maybe I shouldn't buy any more new games, like AAA type games, until I've got a newer graphics card. Right. So I'm going to start with the bits that are underneath. Well, on the other side of, I should say. The harness. So we want a nice little point there. And I think we'll probably get I'm a little on the shaky side today. I'm not quite sure why. But that could make this a little more difficult. But that's okay. It's fine. Be alright. Probably. That's gone quite watery. That's interesting. I'm gonna give it a little mix and see what happens. Yeah, that's gone very watery. Look at that. You won't be able to see that too clearly because of the lighting. But there you go. Yeah, that's very odd. Turns out the Elden Ring was the friends we made along the way. Never finished a Souls game, so I am both exhausted and happy. Yeah, I can imagine. I still haven't finished the first Dark Souls. Because I'm stuck. But I can imagine there's a lot to get through there. All of our friends we made died along the way. Game really does not like happy endings. It's like a Netflix adult animation. Yeah, I guess so. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it looks like the what's what's the word? The flow aid that I use has separated from the paint in the palette a little bit. It's so what we've got to decide is how far up we want these petals to go. I think for that bit I'm going to have to use the Psycho just because I'm so close to areas that don't want to be yellow. And yellow is a pain in the arse to paint over. I'm going to go precise here, especially because of my shaky hands.
Look at that subtle off-white coloring. The tasteful thickness of it.
Thank you, Kian. I can always trust Kian to be there and poised over the Psycho button for me. You're a good bean, Kian. Oof. So it might be easier if I turn the squig as I paint it. I think I've still got some of that red mixed up over here. Yeah, I do. Let's try very, very hard to correct the angle of that point. Oh no. It's the conditioning from modding streams, I can imagine, yeah. I've got a certain amount of conditioning for shout-outs and stuff like that because of modding. Hey Rocket, how you doing? I'm also shaky today, I'm trying to paint diamonds on Harlequins. Oof. Best of luck. If you've got any washi tape, I highly recommend it when you're doing stuff like that needs to be like super precise. I'll be using some washi tape when I get to doing the ribbon for this, I think. Maybe on the underside I can follow the scales for the rest of it. I am going to have to paint over some of this yellow because, as you can see in the reference image, the center of the sunflower is red again. So I'm basically painting all this yellow when I'm going to have to repaint it. Silly of me, really. Okay, now that we've done those two bits, I can go back to using the insane detail. Yeah, I've painted all that yellow for no reason. It's fine. It happens. That we don't have to paint all of that yellow though. We can just sort of follow the red round to make the base of the petals, and then we can fill them in afterwards. Oh, really shaky tonight. Oh, I think I know why. There's not much I can do about it. Got to make sure that I get up early tomorrow. I'm going for some blood tests before work. I looked at the blood forms that I've got yesterday and have seen how many tests I have to go for. It's been a while since I've had any blood tests because of everything that's gone off. The sort of outpatient care that I'm supposed to have, I've not really had recently. Okay, that's not too bad. A little wonky there. But that's actually played quite nicely into it's not as round as it could be. Try and even that up a little bit. Where do we need to push it out a little bit there? I mean, it won't matter quite so much once petals are in place, but there we go. It's better. Just want to try and get that sort of rounded shape in there before we carry on. And now I'm going to go back over that yellow in the middle that I shouldn't have put there. Probably use a bigger brush for this bit, but this will do. We're already using it. Hey Hans, how you doing? So Takis Fuego, quick review. Yep, they are hot. You can't eat too many because the lime flavour is overpowering. Oh, really? Would have thought the spice would be the overpowering bit there. I'll probably have to fill some of this in again in a minute, but I'd rather we get this nice and even first, and then work on that after. It's times like this when I wish I could paint perfect circles without having to, like, fuck about so much. Oops. Especially considering how shaky I am. Wanting to do something that precise is probably not the smartest plan when your hands are all over okay. There we go. So we've got like the basis for the petals now. It's not perfect, but it'll do. Nothing has to be perfect, especially if you've never done it before. Doing okay, went to buy groceries and listen to an audiobook. Lovely. Catch Devil. And so far it has fallen into the trap, all the traps of 40k books about the Imperial Guard. Oh, that's a shame. 8 weeks of base training, sent to die by incompetent and fat commanders. ND Image, thank you very much for the follow. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Loving the work, thank you very much. That's much appreciated, especially seeing as I was just saying that, you know, it's not perfect by any stretch. Right, now that I've finished doing that circle, I have pronounced it perfect. Wonderful. It's always nice when something goes right. Now that I've done that, I need to do shout out. So shout out to Hans the Dragon. He's a very talented speedrunner. Speedruns Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Also does other things. But you know, I like to point out how good of a speedrunner he is, just in case he ever feels like he's not. Well worth a follow. Very, very good streamer. All round good bean is our hands. Brody's testing negative. Good. Glad to hear it, Cyborg. Send her well wishes from me, please. I'm very glad to hear that she's testing negative now, though. Okay. So... this isn't going to be as accurate as I'd like to make it, but I am not capable of that level of detail just yet. One day, maybe. Followed. Thank you very much, Andy. Can I call you Andy? Is that okay? Would you prefer image? Do you have a preference? Fair enough then. That is what I shall do. Yes, thank you very much, Andy. Let's make that a little wider. We'll go back over some of these in a little bit. I just want to get them in place first. See, that one's disappeared right into the scales straight away. Making sure that it's still in focus and on the camera for you folks. Yeah, that looks okay. Sorry if I'm not super fast replying. Oh, don't worry about it at all, Andy. If you want to lurk, that is perfectly fine by me. We love a lurker here. I love many paintings, so I thought I would hop in. Your work is very beautiful. Oh, thank you so much. That's very sweet of you to say. But I hope work's going okay. Yeah, thank you so much for the lovely compliment. That is such a sweet thing for you to say. Hey RNG, how you doing? Love this design. Yeah, it's been an interesting one. I'm very, very nervous about doing a good job because of what it represents. And because somebody asked me to do this, you know? I don't want folks to feel like they have wasted their donation money or their bits or heck even their channel points. Thank you very much, Andy. When I do an old Zogwarts curse request for them. And this one especially so. Thank you, RNG. What does the squig represent, if you don't mind me asking? So this squig is being painted with the same pattern that you can see on the egg in the right hand side of the screen, or as near as damn it. I'm taking some artistic liberties just because it's really, really difficult to do exactly what's on that egg. on this kind of surface. But that egg is a Pysanka. It's a Ukrainian Easter egg. So, particularly right now, I want to do it justice. On the topic of speedrunning and streaming, I have been a little tempted to do a fast playthrough of Mario Odyssey as well. Do it, Hans, that'd be great. I've seen a couple of people that have done Mario Odyssey speedruns, and it's always really fun to watch. Hey, Grox, how you doing? I don't know 10% of the speedrunning tricks for Mario Odyssey, but I have wanted to play it again. Yeah, do it, Hans. The speedrunning tricks can always come later. Oh, thank you very much, Spartan. Oh, no, I want to be facing this way to do this right. It is quite difficult, Andy, but thank you very much. I appreciate the support. Heads up, following song is going to have some people talking before it starts because I could not find the original version instead of the one making the audio. Don't worry about it, Rocket, that's fine. I shall not make silly egg jokes now. You're welcome to make egg jokes if you want to, Spartan. We love a good joke here. We love a bad joke too, so, you know, it's all good. It's all good. We've got the buttons for that. We've got the sound commands. It's a real humdinger. You know what you'll get. I have a stray bristle on the brush. You've seen the video of the caption seal. At one point it yells, egg! No, I haven't. Feel free to pop that in the Discord. Because for one thing, it sounds really cute. I'm quite proud of myself right now because I'm doing this with the insane detail brush instead of falling back on the Psycho. I want to use my comfort brush, but I'm being brave. A priest, an imam, and a rabbi. And a rabbit? Or a rabbi? Ah, okay, yeah, okay. Rabbit looks at the bartender and says, I think I'm a typo. That's actually a very good joke, Cyborg. Well done. You know what you can have for that? You can have a rare good joke. Well done. Okay. We're getting there. Certainly looking slightly more sunflowery now. It burns! Oh, were you expecting a bad joke for that? Sorry to disappoint, Cyborg, but that was a good one. Wasn't anywhere near as terrible as your usual fare.
Okie dokie, Andy. You take care. You enjoy your lurk. Holy shit. KGK Stream Team, thank you very much for the raid. Hello, welcome on in, and welcome on in raiders as well. How was your stream? What were you up to? Let's, okay. None of my mods are here right now, so...
Genuine enthusiasm.
And thank you very much for the follow as well, KGK Stream Team. Let's get a shout out for you. Total War Warhammer 3. Awesome. And thank you very much for the follow from KGK Dragonslayer. Good names. Good names. So how are you enjoying Total War? It's not the kind of game I would normally play because I'm really bad at strategy games. But I've heard a lot of good things about it. The game in which Skarbrand kicks things. I mean, if you can, why not? Yeah, thank you very much, Andy. I think I was halfway through saying thank you to you for the lurk when the raid happened, so thank you very much. Dog is curious about the seeds I left out for the birds trying to get onto the table outside where I left them. Oopsie. Tasty seeds? Raccoon deity is merciful today. Yes, something like that, Spartan. Bartender responds, no, I think this is a clerical error. Nice one, Nikki. Okay, I think I'm caught up with chat now. And hi Mom, how you doing? Thank you very much for the hydrate. I'm actually drinking energy drinks out of my energy drink cup tonight. It's fantastic. Demons, dwarves, lizardmen. What else does one need? Skaven. I mean, to be fair, I am a big fan of the Skaven. Yes, yes. But I have been since Hero Quest, so I'm glad you're enjoying it though, KGK. Really, really glad.
Hero Quest is the best game ever made, and anyone who says otherwise is wrong.
You had me going for a second there, Key, and I thought Cypher had appeared. That one was for Cypher. Yes! We shall play out a hero quest in Cypher's honour. I'm alright, thanks, Mum. How are you doing? Best thing about Hero Quest is the box art. The box art is beautiful. I'm quite partial to the tiny furniture. And the gargoyle. Though the gargoyle in the new version, in my opinion, is not as good as the gargoyle in the original version. I like that gargoyle. And the dice as well. Always love the evil bunny rabbit dice. The amazing man thing approves of us. Yes, yes. Skaven are good, colourful man thing. Fucking love Skaven. They're fab. I genuinely think they kind of like orcs and orc adjacent things. They straddle the line between silly and actually kind of in their own right scary perfectly.
Like, if you're playing Vermintide, I'm sure you know, or have played Vermintide, I'm sure you know exactly what I mean there.
Still wanted my Space Skaven instead of squats, having to 3D print my own. That is a shame, though I know a lot of people are very, very happy that squats are back. Hey, Destroyer, how you doing? Welcome on in, mate. Sometimes the old models are the best, just look at Nagash. Yeah, exactly.
Hello there.
There we go. Destroyer is an extremely good Quake Champions player. Space Skaven, do you mean the Imperium of Man? Oh dear. Are we about to get some discourse? Nagash in its ever-increasing silly hat. I mean, if you're all-powerful, then why the fuck not wear a silly hat? No one can tell you not to. It's like the Warhammer equivalent of the poem, "When I grow old, I shall wear purple." Nagash is just growing old disgracefully and loving every second of it. Also, the Mantic Vermin are basically all we could ever want from Space Skaven. Yeah, that's fair. So I think they have a great video on the Mantic models. Yeah, I think I've actually watched it. I am fully up to date with Snipe and Wood stuff, except for the new stuff that's come out this week. I'm guessing I can thank Hans for this. Yeah, thank you, Hans. It's always nice to have my theme tune in chat. Or in the jukebox, at any rate. And there's something deeply satisfying about painting this squid whilst Concerning Hobbits is playing. Okay, I'm going to put a tiny little bit of yellow just here, so that that bit of the circle isn't getting forgotten. Gosh, this is difficult. I would be there with bells on, Kian. Hey, Modhail, how you doing? Welcome on in. Nagash looks pretty good in purple, I can imagine. Convinced the hat is actually is Nagash and the body is just whatever corpse is on hand when he wants to go somewhere. I love that idea. It's the like the D&D player is actually the magic sword, the body is just whoever it's possessed kind of idea. I love shit like that. Like, why not be daft with it? It's a fantasy world. Have a bit of fun with it. Not everything has to be serious. Even the serious stuff doesn't have to be serious. That's a combination of names there, Cyborg. Okie dokie RNG, good luck in your quest for groceries.
Hello there.
Haha, Sigma, you fool! The size of my new hat clearly means I am the stronger god. Love it, Hans. Love it. My Skeletor impression is shite, and I'm sorry for that. But I hope you enjoyed it anyway.
Space!
Oh, for tradition's sake, thank you very much, Mateo. We've got so many weird sound command traditions in this channel now. I mean, I'm down with it. I'm down with it. But you know when you think about something a little bit too hard and you have a bit of an existential crisis? It is indeed, Nikki. I have quite a few of them. I've been drinking Sneak for as long as I've been streaming, actually. Okie doke, Destroyer. It's actually Destroyer's fault that I even drink Sneak. He got me into it. Distinctly found their marketing pointed and far too targeted at me. Oh, really, Nikki? I'll be honest with you, I've not seen any of their marketing. I just occasionally run out and go, because it's bunny, because it's a bunny logo. Yeah, that's fair. One of my friends sent me a link on the note of targeted marketing to an indie game that's come out recently where you play a curmudgeonly swamp witch who curses people when they've been rude to other people. And it's like a crafting game, so you just go around picking up plants and stuff and gardening, and then occasionally hexing someone when they've been a shit. It's just like, shit, somebody made a game about me. I only know of the existence of Sneak because Hobby and a certain Scottish grizzly drink it. Yeah. Yep. I think it's my fault that Longfang started drinking it. Like, it's just sort of passed around the community. Like some sort of energy drink based virus. Okay, let's try and tidy some of this up now, because I've gone a little bit shaky on some of them. Oh, the bubblegum one's fucking disgusting, Nikki. I ended up throwing the tub of that I bought out. I hated the bubblegum one. The worst thing about the bubblegum one for me is that I used to live near a recycling plant. And when the recycling plant was fired up, it smelt like that Sneak. Bubblegum Sneak smells like the local recycling facility doing its job. And that's just not a sense association that you want in a beverage. Catch that bit in there. It's my housemate's preferred one. Blech. Well, at least you've got someone that will drink it, right? So it's not bubble fun. It really is not, Kian. No, it is not. It's more like bleh, bubblegum. My favourite is probably the pink lemonade. I've got sour apple at the minute. I like it's like bubble fart. Yeah, also that Cyborg. Yeah, I've got sour apple at the minute, but I really like the pink lemonade one. And the Strawberry Millions one's okay too, but it can be a bit sweet. Okay. So we're gonna need the psycho for that bit. I'm not gonna do that just yet. Let's see what else we've got to do. Okay, so in the very center of the sunflower, we've got a little yellow circle. So let's do that. There we go. My eye is super itchy. I like to mix them with sparkling water. Yeah, and then you get a nice fizzy drink. Oh, no. I'm going to have to... Give me a second, folks. I do not know what's gotten into my eye, but it's really bugging me. It's just kind of, like... It's not itchy, but it's irritated. If you know what I mean? I'll give my eye a rinse after the stream. Much healthier than my old energy drink habit. Yeah, that's kind of why I have them as well. And they make a nice change from coffee. Okay. So... We've got one dot... in between each of the petals. Right at the edge here. Need a bit more paint than that. I very nearly messed that up then. She's like, nope, hold it. Hold the line.
Hello there.
Hey, Ruby. Thank you so much for the raid, sweetheart. How you doing? How was your stream? And welcome on in, everybody. It's fine, Ruby. I could have painted over it. Yeah, thank you very much, sweetheart. BBL Gaming and Minis, thank you very much for the follow. Heckers, it's all going off tonight. It's very distracted, but I have Nurgle's gift, so nothing is expected right now. Oh, bless you. I hope you feel better soon. Having done some hobby streams with Nurgle's gift, it's not easy to do. So good on you for giving it a go. And I hope you're going to get plenty of rest now. How is Eggy Squig going? Eggy Squig is going okay, I think. We're making progress on the sunflower. It's not perfect, but you know what? I think it's kind of cute. So I don't mind that it's not perfect. It's unique. And let's face it, if anybody was trying to hold this squig down and paint the bloody thing, you ain't gonna get a perfect sunflower on its back. Remember to write down my recipe for Chiskin tone in Hero Forge. Well done, Kian. That's Porthos doing a spin behind me. I'm sure you all heard that. Do you want to come up? Come up. Come on then. Traitor Legions, thank you very much for the follow. Come on then. Oh! Come on. Try again. Clumsy pugger. He's getting old, can you tell? Come on. Up. Hey. Go on. Come on. You've got this. I believe in you. Chat believes in you. There we go. Oh, right in my face. That's my energy drink. You seriously don't want any of that. The boy ascends. Ah, yes. For all you lovely new folks, let's just go to this screen for a little bit. This is Porthos. He is. Oh, you're 11 now, aren't you, sweetheart? He is a rescue. We've had him for about 5-6 years since we moved in here. He is quite scared of other dogs, though he has managed to make a couple of doggy friends over the last couple of years during the lockdown. He's a very soft, cuddly boy, and is obsessed with food. Which is why his head is under my desk, sniffing at my bin. Anybody think I didn't bloody feed him? Nearly 12, yeah, that sounds about right. Old boy, aren't you, sweetheart? Not that you behave it. He thinks he's still a puppy. There he is. There's the boy. It's a true mastermind of the Hobbytown channel, and we should be honoured by his presence. He is. He's what everyone's here for, really. They're not here for miniatures. Smallest and angriest squig possible, sitting on a stone that is painted yellow, named Emperor. That would be fabulous. That would be a really fun little Old Zogwart curse to do. And by all means, you are welcome to redeem your channel points to do so. Oh, on the note of channel points, there is now a redemption for me to put treats in Porthos's snuffle mat. And what I'll do probably after this stream is set up the cameras on this scene so that when somebody redeems that, we've got like a full view of Porthos playing with his snuffle mat instead of just the little view that we've got here, so that you can really truly enjoy it. Now, we've had 1, 2, 3 treats for Porthos from Modhail, Kian, and my mother. Thank you very much, folks. You should do a Porthos squig. Ah, way ahead of you, ma'am. Hang on a second, I'll show you. A bit of dog treat ASMR for you all there. And hey, Christian, welcome on in. How you doing? The Tonic Weapons called Dobby, and he also just dedicates his existence to seeking extra food. Hello, everyone. Yeah, it's very much a dog thing, isn't it? They do like their food. Like, Labradors are so well known for their want to acquire additional food and for their terrible metabolisms that they end up being Flabradors, which I think is fucking adorable. Right. Porthos squig, as Mum mentioned it. There he is. He's not finished yet. I haven't figured out what to do about his mohawk. I'm thinking I might actually just paint it the colour of his ears, so it'll be quite dark brown with some little flecks in it. But yeah, that is the Porthos squig. It's the boy! It is! It's one of the ones you sent me, Spartan. Not enough channel points right now, but I get paid early this month, so I should definitely donate for it then. Wonderful hands. Spent all my channel points on you with redemption. Yes, you see, that's why I made it so expensive. So you had to think about it. Like, did you really want me to do that? Or did you want to give the dog treats? See? See? Looks fantastic. Thank you very much, Spartan. How about some speckled grey in the mohawk? Yeah, could do. I mean, he's definitely got plenty of grey flecks now, don't you, baby? Like, he's getting greyer by the day now, bless him. My little old boy. He's not moving as fast as he used to either. Still goes at quite a clip when he sees a bird in the garden. He still regretted it. I did still regret it, yes. I wasn't expecting anybody would cash it in so quickly. That's the thing. Like, I'm still floored by the amount of you. Please sort Hans' request. Oh, Torpor, you sweetheart. One of these days, you're going to put an old Zogwarts curse request in for yourself instead of for someone else. I can't give you double VIP either. If I could, I would. Oh, sorry, sweetheart. It is in the book. The curse has been cast. I will get round to it eventually. How many's on the list now? Okay, let's find out, seeing as you've asked. Okay, I'm going to exclude ones that I've already started or that have already been finished. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There are 18 unstarted squigs on the curse list. I have finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I have started 1. There are a lot of squigs on this list. I've actually had to make changes to the redemption, so I think it can only be redeemed once per stream now, just because you folks are so amazing. You've requested so many squigs. I cannot keep up with the amount of requests you were putting in when it was unlimited, so I've had to limit it to 1 per stream just so that I can try and catch up. Like, I don't paint fast enough for this.
Hello there.
Hey, Brody, how you doing? Okay. Well done, Hans, for bypassing my blanket ban on Thomas the Tank Engine. Well done. We're skipping it. You shite. I'm over COVID, but I have no fucking car again. Oh, Brody, I'm so sorry to hear that. But I'm glad that you're over COVID, and I hope that you've not got any side effects from it. Hope you're feeling okay. Other than the car issue. Now is a bad time to fidget, Porthos. There we go. I mean, thank you, Hans, because now I have something else to put into the filter to stop that ever appearing in the jukebox again. We all learn together here. Okay. Hey, Zethio, how you doing? And yes, Christian, it is a lot of squigs, however, it is nowhere near as many as I actually own. I say, looking over at the cabinet nervously. Actually, this is probably gonna be an absolute nightmare, but there's new folks in here tonight, so not all of you have seen the cabinet. See that? All that there? That's all unpainted squigs. Can I bring it round a bit? There we go. All unpainted squigs. There's my half-finished scratch build stomper, which is where some of the squigs are going to live when they're done. And down
Your
there...
request is the best game ever made. And
Hey,
anyone who says
Cypher.
otherwise is wrong.
Welcome on in. Down there you can just sort of see next to my hip Squiggy Hill, which is where all of the squigs that are painted live. Yeah, I have a lot of squigs. The first step is admitting you have a problem. And I have a squig problem. You changed your mind, Porthos? No, there's no food on my desk. Interesting. What a hoard. Indeed. I've got most of the 90s squigs in there. Go on, P. Bye-bye. I am missing one of the early 90s, late 80s. Late 80s? Tyrannid squigs. Because it is notoriously impossible to get hold of. I've got a good portion of the 2019 squigs now. Not any of the Forge World ones, because they tend to be quite expensive and I can't afford them. And I've got some... Come on, brain. I've got some like 3D printed ones that aren't official, as it were, as well, that I absolutely adore. Really, I've got a wonderful little selection of squigs now. From various different sources. I mean, Neeble will always be my favourite. I show this guy off a lot, and I'm sorry about that for those that have seen me show off Neeble all the time, but this is Neeble. He is the first squig, technically. He is made of lead. And he is from the very early days of Games Workshop. Small baby. Swiggins Prime. Friend size. So tiny. I know, right, Christian? That's part of why I love him so much. I actually had him facing away from the camera as well. You can just sort of see his tiny little eyes, look. Babby squig. Yeah. So he was never actually called a squig. But he's from, like, I want to say 85-ish. And he was a character from a comic that ran in the Games Workshop magazine at the time. So there was Gobbledygook the Goblin, who's like a caveman goblin, and his faithful pet, Neeble. And I have got Gobbledygook and Neeble. Managed to get them for an absolute steal. Historical squig facts with Hobby. Yes. I don't think I've got a command for it, but there's a wonderful website that somebody put together called Squig Wrangling. And it's got all this wonderful history of where squigs came from and how they've evolved over the years. And I actually had the pleasure of having a conversation with the person that created the site. Lovely fella. Absolutely lovely fella. I owe him a reply, actually. He emailed me back. Yes, Gobbledygook is in the cupboard at the minute, in the cabinet, so I can't fish him out to show you, Modhail. But I do have Gobbledygook. I don't know whereabouts he is. He's in there somewhere. Like, he's smaller than some of the squigs I own, so it's really hard to, like, pick him out. That's the one, Sophia. This site has been so invaluable to me in my learning what squigs I'm missing. I absolutely adore it. And like I say, the creator of it is absolutely lovely. Very, very friendly. But yeah, I owe him an email because he replied to my email a couple of months ago, and then I got a new job, and it was just like I've forgotten to do anything outside of my normal routine. I've got a couple of emails I need to send, actually. But yeah, if you're a fan of squigs and you would like to know some history of the squigs, then Slow has just turned up in my office with a packet of cookies for me, so that's nice. I'm gonna eat those later. Then yeah, I highly recommend Squig Wrangling. Wonderful website, brilliantly curated as well. Like, it's still getting updates now. It's not just languishing. Why did I put a question mark there? Something I ask myself a lot of the time, Kian. Okay, so we've got the yellow dots, and I've just realised that there's like orange lattice work underneath those. So I probably should have done that first. Oops. We're gonna mix some orange paint up now, because I don't actually have any orange paint, but I do have red and yellow, which are... That made me jump. Oh, the cookies a bribe. I don't think so, Hans. When will you put in a treats and scritches for Slow button? Slow doesn't like being on the stream, he just likes interrupting the streams, so never, Cyborg. I can only apologise so many times for sending you on this squid collecting thing. Torpor, don't apologise. You've given me something to focus on, and I'm really passionate about it. And you folks seem to really enjoy me talking about the squigs that I like. So, you know, it's a win for everybody. Hey, Rust, how you doing? Welcome on in. So it's nothing to apologise for. Like, I am a collector, I always have been. I was raised by collectors. And frankly, collecting squigs is considerably cheaper than what I was collecting before. So, you know. This is the brush we want. So, to mix the paint, I'm just going to use the Regiment brush, because it's the biggest one I own. It'll be fine. Of this collection, anyway. Now it's quite a yellow-orange, so I'm going to start with a little bit of red. And the golden yellow, which is a W one. We need way more yellow than that. Now, I'm not going to use this yellow for anything else, so I'm not bothering to clean the brush off in between. I just want to get my colour right. Yeah, I think that's actually about there. It's not spot on, but I probably don't have quite the right bases to do it perfect. Terrible collector. Eagle Moss recently had a sale where you could get some ships for 75% off, and I didn't buy any. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, Sophia. Porthos seems to be very interested in the cookies. Nah, he's just scrounging around under my desk. Come here, baby. Have some pets. What you got stuck to your nose? Bit of grass. Lovely. Playing Wolfenstein 3D helps. I'm glad you're feeling a bit better, Rust. What time is it? Okay, cool. I'm having a lot of trouble keeping track of time recently. Not in a like a bad way, but like okay, how do I want to do this? I'm going to interpret this as like little swoops between each of the dots. +1 for the dot counter. Fabulous. Oh yeah, I'm using the Psycho again, by the way. Oops. Swooped a little too low there. Smash Up is amazing. It's pretty good, isn't it? Turn with chocolate and peppers. Nice, RNG. Welcome back.
Look at that subtle off-white coloring. The tasteful thickness of it.
It works too well. It kind of does, yeah. Oops. Too much paint on my brush then, and I shook at the same time, which didn't help. It's fine, we'll catch that in a minute. This is the bit that's going to be difficult because of the angle we've got to work at. Yeah. And because I'm getting shakier. It's okay. We've got this. We can do it. I believe in us. I say we like you folks are painting this. I can do this. I can believe in myself. Just this once. Ooh, yeah. Gonna need to do some serious catching in. On this side. This is so awkward. Like, the paint is thinner than I thought it would be as well. I had a mole removed today and it is itching like frick. I can imagine RNG. I hope it settles soon. Rain is coming down fucking heavy. Oh, it's not raining here at the minute. It pissed it down at lunchtime though, much to Porthos's dismay. Have you had the high winds as well, Cypher? Oops. There we go. It looks like I'm drawing really wonky smiley faces all over this. Officially a candidate for the election in May. Oh, congratulations, Cypher, and best of luck. We had snow and rain at work today. Oh, you bugger. Wind on Friday. Okay. Yeah, good on you, Cypher. Seriously, all the best. Okay, that's quite quiet, so I'm just going to turn it up a little bit. I think we're on, like, 10 at the moment. Love a bit of Mothra. Thank you, Hans, for putting this in. Saw your name against it. Frozen North earliest day, but it's mostly past.
Yeah, the weather's just crackers at the minute.
Mothra's theme is just such a good theme.
Okay, this is the bit where we really need to focus.
We can do this. There we go. Turned it down a tiny bit. Apparently it's made for the movie but never used. That's a real pity. It's a good version of it.
Very epic.
Oops. Got a bit carried away there. Turn that down. David Williams, kaiju accountant. Fucking hell.
This is really difficult to do. Like, I'm working in such a tiny space. And I know you folks probably can't see too clearly what I'm doing because it's such a small area. But hopefully once I'm done, you'll understand what all the faffing was for.
That's a musical whiplash. It is, isn't it, Hans? The looks of your insurance policy, we have you covered for acts of God. That does not cover acts of Godzilla. I'm sorry, there is nothing we can do as Godzilla steps on the building.
Yep.
Like, this is a conversation I've had a couple of times now with different people. Like, cinematic universes must be fucking nightmares when it comes to insurance. Like, any kaiju movie, the Avengers, think about all the damage that superheroes like Batman do in the movies to just general areas. Like, if they're trashing the road, that's going to come out of people's taxes, which means taxes are going to go up. If they're trashing buildings, they're probably destroying somebody's home. And it's like, heck, you save the city and put these people into poverty. Well done. Nolan Batman does more damage than the Joker. Exactly, Cyborg. Like, one of the things about Batman, or the Batman that I am last in Transformers Urban Fights, yeah, and the worst thing about the Transformers is they probably don't care quite so much because they don't understand the damage they're causing and the lasting effects of it. They're just like, you know, because they're aliens. But yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts. I would not want to live in any like Marvel universe. Yeah, but cool robots though. Yeah, exactly, Rocket. I wouldn't want to live in any of those universes because I'd be too terrified that my house would just get like stepped on or blown up by Michael Bay or something. Yeah, no, I'm good, thanks. I'm good. It's safe here, sort of, for a given definition. Okay, what's next? We've done that bit. Okay, so Yeah, that is very definitely me taking liberties. But let's do the other orange bit. Oh, are they rounded? They are. Okay, so we've got some, like, rounded petals in the centre here. Looks almost daisy-like. I'm going to get the basis down first. And then I'm going to make a mess, apparently. And then I'm going to go over them and tidy them up after that. Nope. Oh dear. There goes the shakes again. Oh dear.
Hello there.
Hey, Buff, how you doing? Welcome on in.
This has come out quite messy, but that's okay. Because we can always go over things and tidy them up. In fact, what I think I'm going to do is, like I did with the base, that dark red, I'm gonna fill the entire area in, and then very carefully pick the details back out afterwards. Just because that way I can be a bit more precise about
Which bits I want to pick out.
It means more paint, but that's okay. Paint's quite thin.
There we go. Playing STO. Nice.
Slow's been playing STO. He's gotten back into Fallout again recently rather than STO, but he was playing it quite
I guess religiously at one point. He was on it all the time. I kind of want to get into it, but I don't need any more time sinks, you know? Romulan Republic story in STO is good. I will take your word for it, Keen. Oh, congratulations, Cyborg! No, don't destroy that building, it's a children's hospital. Ha ha ha, Starscream go brrrr. Yeah, exactly. Also, if you want one where the damage is actually assessed, Gundam. Yeah, that's one of the things I quite like about Gundam, is that they do talk about the, for want of a better description, real world impacts of what's going on. Especially in stuff like 8th MS Team, which is one of my favourites. and doesn't require you to have prior knowledge of any other show in the series, which is great. Wait, it says here in your policy that you do insure acts of God. Wow. Yeah, we had to choose between insuring acts of God and acts of Michael Bay. We chose the cheaper option. Yeah, mod hell. Sir, I'm sorry to say that your kaiju insurance and your God insurance do not cover acts of kaiju gods. For that, you need the premium insurance package, which only costs 80% more than your current package. Now, you said your car was destroyed by a superhero throwing it at a kaiju? For that, you need the metahuman insurance, and as the poor kaiju was hit by your car, you'll have to pay for the damages. Yeah, it gets complicated quick. Paying off the car, or was that yes, okay, there was more to that comment. Sorry, trying to catch up with chat and just completely missed the second half of your comment there. Oh, sweet, with this phone call, I just paid off my car. Now for my first official drive, Hulk eats it and misses an alien. Yeah, never mind. I retract my congratulations. For all its faults, F91 does a good job at that. Insurance! Yeah, I've not actually seen F91, though I probably should at some point. One of the early scenes consists of mobile suit fighting colony where the spent casings from the mecha-sized machine guns are capable of killing random people on the ground. Holy shit. Would Superman be considered a metahuman or an alien? And what a nightmare for insurance that is. Yeah, I'd skip it. Okay, fair enough, Sheridan. I shall skip it then. If that is what you recommend, I shall skip it. But yeah, I like the whole... I know I've told you folks before, I'm not a big fan of the whole Chosen One thing. Like, I like ordinary people thrust into extraordinary circumstances kind of stories. Which is why I've always preferred the sort of expanded universe of Star Wars. Okie dokie, Cypher, you take care. Thank you so much for popping in tonight. And congratulations again on getting in the running, as it were. Yeah, I've always preferred the ordinary people thrust into extraordinary circumstances kind of stories. So I love it when a series or a movie acknowledges the sort of normality of things. Two Flower refers to it as an in-sewer ants policy. Yes, he does. Gotta love the disc's first tourist. What a bean. If you haven't read The Colour of Magic and The Light Fantastic by Terry Pratchett, I highly recommend them. Great book. Kind of like Frodo then, he was a generally normal, albeit upper-class hobbit that had to destroy an object of pure evil. Yeah, exactly. Frodo didn't have to say yes to doing what he did. I mean, he kind of did because family, but he didn't have superpowers. He had superpowered friends, if you want to call Gandalf superpowered. But he himself, he's just an average guy, you know? From a society that shuns getting yourself into dangerous situations as well. So it's a really fucking kind of loaded story in that regard, and I love that. I'm trying to think of some other examples of it. But I think a couple of the Marvel TV shows have done that quite well as well. Like, they've got superpowered characters in them, obviously, but they've also got just normal people that are interacting with these superpowered characters and just trying to live their lives as best they can in a world where occasionally a Norse god from space might just be thrown through your window. But yeah, it's I do like stuff like that. It's one of the things I quite liked about Deadpool as well, because as much as he is superpowered, he acts like a normal person all the time, except for, when he's regenerating. He's just a dude that happens to regenerate. Or occasionally a giant spaceman tries to nom your planet. Yeah, thank Galactus, knob. To be fair, big Silver Surfer fan, so. Oh, on the note of planet-eating douchebags, if any of you have access to Netflix and haven't yet watched Kid Cosmic, I highly recommend it. Deadpool, normal, that is an interpretation of normal. That is very true. But when I say he acts like a normal guy, he's just all the time. He doesn't really want to do any of the shit that he's doing, and he's fucking crackers. But he's got very good reasons for being fucking crackers. I'm looking forward to watching Moon Knight, because it looks like that's gonna be normal guy who just so happens to be lumbered with a superhero in his brain. I don't know a lot about Moon Knight, I've got to admit. But that's the kind of vibe I get from the trailer. Finally watched Hawkeye last night, by the way. That was really good, I really enjoyed that. Half expected the planet-eating thread to head off in a Kirby direction. Yeah, that's fair with everything going off at the minute. Kirby is a terrifying eldritch entity. Moon Knight is meant to be crackers too, I think. Yeah, so from what I've gleaned from the trailer, Moon Knight's alter ego has DID, dissociative identity disorder, and Moon Knight is the alter. So I'll be quite interested to see how they portray that, because there haven't been very many accurate depictions of DID on the big or small screen. And they have a habit of being extremely negative and casting a very negative light on people that do actually have DID, which is a shame. Brightburn is an interesting movie too. It basically goes, what if Superman wasn't a goody two-shoes but a psychotic pisswad? Yeah, exactly, Modhead. I actually really liked Brightburn. I've got it downstairs. I enjoyed it that much. Because it's kind of the Superman nature or nurture argument. Plurality as a whole really isn't really handled well. No, you're very right there, Nikki. Anything like that is very, very difficult to... It would seem to represent accurately on screen. It has its faults, because again, it's portraying people with DID in a negative light. But the portrayal of DID in Split is surprisingly good. Like, it's been applauded by people who have DID for certain levels of accuracy, and I think that is down in no small part to oh fuck, what's his name? McAvoy? Who's playing the character with DID. But yeah, there's still loads of... James McAvoy, thank you very much, Modhale. He's a fucking fantastic actor. But there's still a lot of issues with its representation in that as well. I'm always very concerned when movies do mental illness and neurodivergences. Yeah. I mean, if they were willing to portray them accurately and get people in who understand those conditions, it wouldn't be so bad. Hey, Soup, how you doing? Welcome on in. But I think they try to sensationalize things too much because they think it'll sell better, and that really does paint people with all sorts of different conditions in very negative light when they don't need that. They really don't need that. What they need is understanding and support. Fun of Strangers telling me how my disability works and what I should do to get over it. Hooray. Yeah, exactly, Hans. It's bullshit. Like, as I know it's not the same thing, but as somebody who has lupus, the amount of people that have made comments based on having seen House. I mean, when it's but it's never lupus, I just go, huh. See what you did there. But, like, the other side of that, the trying to be doctors, is just, no, don't do that. Portraying mental illness properly is hard. It's much easier to show them being nuts and just slap that with a specific label. Yeah, and that's the unfortunate side of it, I think, Soup, because, like, there are some pretty good representations of certain mental illnesses in cinema. One that comes straight to mind is the representation of Alzheimer's in a film called Iris, which is about a woman who gets Alzheimer's and about what happens to her as she's progressing through the illness. And that is very, very accurate. But that's done with a sympathetic eye. A lot of the time when people are portrayed as having a mental illness in a movie or a TV series, especially in TV shows, they are the bad guy. And that's the problem, I think. I watched Rain Man years ago. I know your struggles, but have you tried this? Yeah, and there's that side of it as well. Like, it's super rough. And I hope that one day we can get to a point where... That being said, Ted Lasso does a really good job. I will take your word for it, Soup. Because I don't know. But, yeah. Oh, what was the other one? A Beautiful Mind did a reasonably good job of portraying the main character's struggle with schizophrenia. But yeah, it's still a difficult line to tread, and I do understand that. You tried looking at the positives. Oh wow, thanks. My recurring depression is totally cured now. Brandishes heavy object menacingly. Yeah, I hate that one. Have you tried yoga? Do I look like I fucking tried yoga? I feel like the prevalence of American crime dramas do not help when 90% of the criminals are clearly mentally unwell people and they just end up being shot at the end. Yeah, exactly, Spartan. There's a lot of stuff like that. You see a lot of it in things like CSI, Now, I grew up loving CSI, but now that I'm older and I have the benefit of understanding things a bit better, I know how problematic CSI is in a number of ways. Not least of all that the forensics is bullshit half the time. Like, it does not take such a short amount of time to get a blood process done. DNA. It does not take a 5-minute montage with Depeche Mode over the top of it. What else have we got in here? Let's have a look. I think I'm actually gonna put some orange lines. It feels like it needs something extra. Oops, a little too thick there. Fine. Two Susumu Hirasawa in a row. Were they both you, Cyborg? Because this is from Paprika. I think the last one was from Berserk. Yeah, Rust, and it's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. Because you folks are lovely. I have I don't think I've ever met a mean neurodivergent person. I've met plenty of mean neurotypical people. Celebrities going, look at this poor person being abused by their social circle who just does not know better and is being tricked into... Oh, yeah, no, we're... You know how I feel about TERFs. You all know how I feel about TERFs. Fuck the Specky Wizard game and fuck the Specky Wizard author. Trans rights are human rights. And non-binary people, myself included, exist. All that money and she still can't buy class. Exactly, Soup. Well said. Hey, Cyborg, I fucking love Susumu Hirasawa. I have no complaints here. He's actually my musician of choice when I'm playing Dark Souls. And I actually tend to listen to the Paprika soundtrack. Hello, Porthos. Why are you harassing me, sweetheart? Yeah, I quite like listening to the Paprika soundtrack when I'm working out or if I'm like on a walk or something. Susumu stuff is good. Is what I'm saying. Okay. What time have we got? Ah, you're bugging me because it's getting close to the time I would normally finish. I see. If for any reason you like Harry Potter but don't want to give money to the racist TERF git, just buy things secondhand. Yeah, exactly. If you can find them in a charity shop, even better, because then the money's going to somebody that really needs it.
Get nice and moist for me, won't you?
Thank you, Modhail, for the self-care bomb there. I will deal with it in a moment. There we go. Alright, so first off, there was a stretch. You folks watching, if you've been sat like a gremlin like I have for the last couple of hours, please take this wonderful moment to have a stretch yourself. Roll your shoulders. If they click, that's fine. Just feel yourself in that space for a second. Check your posture. If you've been hunched over, maybe sit up straight for a second. Not too straight, just straight enough what's comfortable for you. I'm not your man. Maybe just, if you're feeling particularly stiff in the shoulder area, give your neck a little wiggle from side to side. That's better. And we'll have another shoulder roll. And there was a hydrate as well, so thank you. It's very important when you're painting to make sure that you do have a little shuffle in your chair every now and then. Mini rant. I actually don't like the term TERF because, quite frankly, as a feminist, they tarnish the name of the movement, and I think they should not be associated with it. Yeah, you're right, Spartan. I completely agree with you there. I don't know what the best way to describe them is, because all of the terms for them seem inappropriate. They're not transphobes because you can't... Saying you have a phobia is, you know, it's not a phobia. Hating trans people is not a phobia. They're bigots. That's the only way I can describe them. Fuck bigots. In general, in fact. Not just the ones that hate on trans people, but all bigots can just fuck off. They are not welcome here. Neither are fascists. In case that wasn't already clear. Oh, Porthos, sweetheart. What? Do you want to come up? Okay. So what I'm going to do, folks, is we've got a couple of things left to do on the centre of the sunflower, and then some orange to put on the petals. So I think I'll finish the sunflower tonight, and then on Friday we'll start on the dot work and the embellishment and stuff that goes around it. Fascists are just bigots with red paint. Yeah, that's a good way of describing them. Come on then. Come on. Come on. Look, if you want to come up, come up. You're holding me up. As the dog holds the stream hostage yet again. Come on. Come on then. There we go. That was almost graceful. Except for the bit where he just wiped his arse on my chest. What are we going to do with you, eh? Eh? Right. Where was I? Ah, yes. Yeah, that works for me, Modhail. Right. So, we've got some yellow dots there. Porthos, really, mate? Ah! Somebody is desperate for attention. So instead of giving him a treat with that one, RNG, I am going to give him cuddles. Is this what you wanted, baby? A cuddle. Yeah. Oh, your breath smells sweet. Look at you cute, 'cause you fucking stink. Ha ha! Cuddles. Yes, thank you for the cuddles for Porthos there, RNG. Right. That's the wrong brush. Let's try that again.
We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents.
This has come a long way. Oh, thank you very much, ND. I think that's a good thing. Not in a bad way, I hope. I'll be honest with you, Hans. I remember feeling called out by the image, but I cannot remember why or what the image actually was. Like, I just remember it was a thing, and I was like, wow, I feel slightly called out right now. Thank you very much, ND. Yeah, it's moving at a clip considering its size, I think, and I'm quite pleased with that. Oh, sorry, Cyborg, I hadn't seen you say that. Yeah, go for it. As long as it's safe for work content. I don't want to get myself banned from Twitch. The lady who can only be saved by sleep. Ah, yeah. I did feel slightly called out by that. I didn't go to bed till 2 o'clock last night. Ah, yes, that's right. So these are less like dots and more like teardrops, from what I can see. Please excuse Porthos smacking his lips next to me. I'm sure that's quite loud on the microphone. I hope it's not too annoying. Oh, Porthos, mate, please don't fidget. I love having you sat with me, but please don't fidget right now. I am not a big Superman fan, but the Superman theme tune is a damn good theme tune. Good choice, Buff. Like, I genuinely prefer the Superman that is kind of a goody-goody. Like, he's just... John Williams always slaps. That's very true, Soup. Very true. What else do we want? Ah, so I think some of the dots are white. I'm actually going to go for the off-white colour that I used, though, the spaceship exterior. And I'm going to mix a little bit of the yellow with it. Because I don't want them to be, like, too different from what's already on there. I want them to be just different enough that it's noticeable, but not, like, in your face, you know? Boy Scout Soups is my fave because it's nice to just have something unambiguously hopeful sometimes. Yeah, exactly, Sheridan. Like, Batman's cool and everything. Batman is my favourite superhero. But he's a miserable bugger. And he's got reason to be a miserable bugger. But, if you think about it, so does Soups. Bit of this yellow as well. Really bring it up. So now it's kind of a lemony colour. John Williams is physically incapable of not slapping. Great for his music, but he's a disaster when eating cornflakes. Bravo, mother. Yeah, Hans. Though, like, the one, like, Superman interaction of that variety I remember the most is Superman meeting Superboy for the first time in Young Justice, and his reaction to that. It does not go well. Second Troop Master has defeated me. I am diamonded out. Oh dear. Well, take a break. Take a break, Spartan. Sometimes you gotta have a rest with these things, especially when it's something that's got a lot of detail on it. As I well know, and will be doing very soon. Because holy heckers, this is quite tiring. For anyone in chat that doesn't paint minis, or has not painted minis, when you're doing something that is this complicated, or that requires a lot of precision, like Spartan's diamonds will be doing, it can be quite tiring focusing on something to that extent for this long. Like, it's rewarding. I'm loving doing it, but it done half wear me out. Ah, Metropolis. I was thinking I recognise this track. Not seen Metropolis in yonks. Either the anime or the film from which it takes its name. Oh, that's looking really cool. I'm quite pleased with how this is turning out so far. Like, it's not great, but as something that I've never attempted to do before, with a lot of detail, I'm quite pleased with how it's going. Because this is very definitely a learning experience for me. Folks that have been here before will well know that I am of the opinion that it's always worth giving something a punt, even if you're not sure it's going to work out. And this is definitely one of those kind of things. It's important to try. If you don't try, you'll never know, you know? There's one thing that makes me sad. It's a missed opportunity. I think that looks pretty good. Bring it a bit closer so you can see it a bit better. Okay. So, we're nearly there with the sunflower now. Just gonna make those dots a bit bigger. I'm glad I decided to buy the Mangler squigs for this instead of doing it on one of the smaller squigs that I already had. Can you imagine if I'd tried to do this on a smaller squig? Eesh. Oh yeah, Hugh Laurie's music is absolutely fucking brilliant. I've got his album somewhere. Let Them Talk, I think it's called. Really, really good. Oh, thank you very much, Spartan. See, this is why I love the Psycho so much, and the insane detail. I tend to use really small brushes for everything I do. You know what? This is about done in terms of what I was going to do tonight anyway, because we've only got the embellishments left now. On the sunflower, that is, we've got loads of work left to do on the rest of the squig. So I'll cover my palette up, and we'll take this last couple of minutes to just talk about something. Seeing as Spartan's mentioned it there. I do have very shaky hands. I also have issues where my hands lock sometimes in awkward positions. If I'm in a position where I can still paint with my hands locked, I will, but sometimes I'll cancel the stream last minute because I just physically cannot hold the paintbrush. It happens. I use small brushes because that way if I shake, or if I have a muscle spasm, or something like that whilst I'm painting, the amount of damage I do is lessened. There's less for me to clean up if I do that. But it's also why, when I do mess something up a little bit, I'm just like, it's okay, we'll fix it later. Because I've always been, well, I say always, ever since I got sick, I've been shaky. And sometimes it's worse than other times. Like, if I've had to use my inhaler, I will be like this for hours. Because the steroid in it makes me shake. But it also means I can breathe, so, you know. It's not exactly a hard decision to make there. But that's why I use small paintbrushes. It's why I rely so heavily on the Psycho. And a lot of other painters that I know have gone, oh no, I don't like the Psycho because of X, Y, and Z. And I go, yeah, but those things are what make it better for me to paint with. And therein lies the point that I want to make before I finish up tonight. The Psycho works for me, doesn't necessarily work for other people. You may find a particular tool that works for you. Not just in terms of painting, it might be in terms of a different hobby you have. If somebody says to you, oh, don't use that, it's rubbish. If it works for you, bollocks to them. Everybody is going through something different. Everybody's life is different. Everybody's body is different. The way that we process information is different. The way that we learn is different. Even when we have similar learning styles, the likelihood of two people having identical learning styles is so small. So, if you find something that works for you, if you find something that you gel with, stick with it. If that's what works, that's what works. If you want to try something else by all means. But don't ever feel ashamed or pressured into using a specific technique or a specific tool if you found something that works for you. If you don't know what works for you yet and somebody suggests something and you want to give it a punt, give it a punt. Heck, if you found something that works for you and you want to give something else a punt, give it a punt. But yeah, don't feel ashamed of what works for you. Embrace it. Be proud of who you are. Love the things that make you you. Even if that's over-reliance on a very small paintbrush. Right. On that really weird pep talk, we're going to go find someone to harass. Thank you, Spartan. Presuming that you're clapping at me and not just clapping along with the music. Even if they don't work for you, especially if they don't work for you, always punt a Tory or a TERF. Exactly, Modhail. Yes. Okay. Massive thank you, everyone. Oh, thank you, Spartan. Seriously, thank you everyone for coming along tonight. I hope you had a good time. I'm feeling really pleased with how the Pasanka Squig's coming out. And I'm looking forward to getting it finished and starting on its partner piece so that we can get them on their base and, you know, display them. Oh, okay. Thank you, DMAC. Also, hello. we'll give you a shout out before we raid. Seeing as you are a moderator, do you want to do the actual guiding of the raid, my friend, and send us on over? Ironic that the song to finish on is called Hello. Indeed. Well, we're all about irony here. Right, seriously, thank you everyone. I will be back on Friday with some more Hobby Happy Hour. We will be doing some more work on the Pasanka Squig. And I hope to see you all then. Thank you again to the lovely folks that have raided today as well. That was a wonderful surprise on both occasions, and much appreciated. So, until I see you all next, as always, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. I'm going to drag it out because I let DMAC start the raid, or I asked DMAC to start the raid, and now I have to wait until it ticks down. I can't start it myself. Wash your fucking hands. And do what's best for you. Bollocks to anybody that says otherwise. Live your life the way you want to live it. Be happy. Press the button, D. Pull the lever, Kronk.